Hey, how's it going? All you lovely people, Shut Door, Door Shut are coming back to you with another live stream of some SkyFactory 5. I'm hoping we make a little bit more progress than we have been in the last few episodes of this, the last few live streams. I really haven't been, I've kind of been goofing, kind of getting, started, I guess you could say, more than anything. And I'm hoping we get a little bit further in today's video here or live stream, not really video, right? But I want to look at a couple things. What do we need to make anything? Hey, how you doing, Rockstar? Hope you're doing well. What do we need to do to get into create, specifically create? I know we need andesite alloy. I've got like schematic tables. I don't even know what that is. Okay. But I want stuff to make a tree farm. So I'm thinking this mechanical saw. That's just iron. And andesite casings, which is andesite alloy and logs. That is iron and andesite. Andesite is light gray and gray. And of course, then iron is basically the same way. So my thought process here, and I was kind of thinking about this before streaming, is to make a create tree farm a little bit differently than I would normally do, which would be like the spinny rotating one. Um, I think what we could do is come up with a deployer kind of one. Let's see, hold on. Where is a minecart deployer type of situation? Let's see. Deployers. I know these require some other stuff though. Sandpaper. That's not too much. Huh. Didn't even know that was a thing. So basically, what I'm seeing here is we would need to gather up some like basic create resources. So let's figure out something first. So this whole farm is what I would want to creatify and make into the proper thing, right? One thing I want to do. Why do I have a mushroom head? I need mushroom head. I didn't realize I had that on me. Let's actually grab. Let's see. I want to grab some cobblestone. And I know we've automated cobblestone and everything, so that should be decent. But I want to get rid of the centermost blocks here. Because I know last episode we had issues. Man, do I not have any of the proper tools on me? I don't know what organization I did last episode, or last live stream, but goodness gracious. Okay, now we should be good. Let's get this piece of dirt taken out. Okay. And we're going to just repeat this process 3 more times. Because I know I could put these closer together. I understand that I can do that, but the problem with that is these trees all grow differently. So I'm going to keep that in mind and make it to where we kind of have an even ability to grow each kind of tree. So that's the initial overall plan. Okay. So since we took out 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna need one more row, which means 1, 2, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this would be the dirt. Okay. Let's go grab the construction wand and then a handful more slabs. And we'll get this going. I can't remember how I actually did organization, so give me a second. Yeah, that's same thing here. Kind of why it's taken me a second to remember and look at what I'm needing. Like the andesite alloy is basically the only thing I remember because it's been that long. Okay, so we need to expand platform by 1 and then we can place dirt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just double checking here. Might as well just confirm my math. Also, apologies for no episode yesterday. I honestly, I have a partial episode recorded, but it's of course with modern industrialization, so doing more of it is going to be a lot longer. I'm hoping I can crank out episodes, but I really need to do a lot of research in seeing how people actually do stainless steel. I just have not had the time to sit down and actually do that. Um, Mostly because I really don't want to, but I know I need to. I'm gonna try and wing it, and then if it absolutely fails, then we'll go from there. But I don't think it will fail. I really don't. Yeah, well, I'm hoping they update it soon. Genuinely, like I don't know what's up with it, but they haven't updated it. I think it got to 1.20.1, right? This pack in 1.20? Or is this pack in 1.19? Honestly? Yeah, we're in 1.20.1. But yeah, we're just waiting on 121, right? 1.21. 1. Yeah, 1.21.1, I think, or dot 4 or dot 3 or dot 2. I don't understand. The micro versions and stuff are throwing me off. Okay. Let's actually add one more side to the platform here. We'll do it on both ends. Okay. Because we're going to want to have a minecart track. That is going to be how we're going to be doing this. Normally, of course, I said I would be do rotating. But since we have so many, we can actually get away with a minecart system here. And that should be decent enough. And we may be able to do like a split down the middle. So that way we've got one cart system dealing with these 8 and then another with these 8. I think that sounds like a good thing. So yeah, I got home a little bit ago because we went out and got some groceries and stuff. So I only recently got home and cooked dinner and all of that stuff. So yeah. And let's get the torches placed. We'll have to place these down, of course, for growth reasons. Unless we can somewhat get a feral flare lantern, maybe. That might be an option if we could look into that. I don't even know if that's in this pack, in all honesty. Okay, so that is... Do I need to go 1 or 2 out? We'll just send it 2. Because I know we're going to have a minecart rail that'll send it back the other direction. Which I don't remember what that is called. Track? We don't need track, we need rail. This thing right here, controller rail. We actually need 2 of these guys, which means that we just need 1 operation. So we put one on one end and another on the other, facing inwards, and that will basically allow for us to launch back and forth. And then, of course, we'll add powered rails and things along that path as well, but we will get that solved here in a little bit. So let's go grab... I guess I don't really need full cobblestone here. I could just do slabs. That sounds about right. I've done that a handful of times. Especially in, like, college and all of that stuff. Like, oh, I'm gonna take a nap. I'm too tired from homework, and then just pass out for the until the next day. I've done stuff like that. All right, let's see. Cobblestone. Okay. So once we get the actual piece like built out is then when we will come in and get everything built, because that's going to take some time to get all the resources together and make sure we actually grab enough, because we're doing this manually, right? And I don't even know if this is the most effective way to do this. I think there's also the isnium not Isnium. I'm not playing Occultism. Goodness gracious. The what is it called? Inferium. It started with an IE. I was close, right? Not really at all, but hey, whatever works. Yeah. We should, I mean, that's, I think, another thing we could look at. Sprinklers. That might be an option. Oh, cyclics, yeah. And we don't have any sinks, do we? We do have a sink. Is it infinite? That's my next question. Because that wouldn't be hard to get at all. Just get a handful of these, or we could look at Terra Glass, which might also be a thing. So what is the radius on this? Multiple sprinklers in an area do stack. We'd have to look at the radius of that. I don't think I know. What is this? Cyclic? Man, I haven't played with Cyclic in forever either. If I could type for the life of me here, hold on. Trying to see if I can find any information on it real quick. So according to a post from 4 years ago, on Reddit, they say they are 9 by 9. But I don't know if that's the right sprinkler anymore, because I mean of how old that is. We'll give it a shot when we get to that point. How about that? We won't even really worry about it. But if they do stack, that is going to be fantastic. So we are 1 block away. So 1, and then here, and then we stop 2 out. Yeah. That's not what I want. Maybe we can actually save some slabs doing it this way. If the sprinklers still work like I remember back in the day, you could actually place them on top of water, and that would actually make them function. Unless that feature's been removed. That's A-okay if it has been. I mean, it's been that way for a long time. I don't even know what version that was in the last time I played with Cyclic and actually used those. So we're also going to have a good way of putting all of this away. That is something else we should really think about as well, is where we're going to put these items. Now, we have a couple options. We have sophisticated storage, sophisticated backpacks, all of that fun jazz. The one I'm going to most likely use is the limited barrels from sophisticated storage because they store more than a chest. By default, they store more than a chest. So that is something to consider. The sprinklers consume water. We shall test. We definitely will test. I mean, I know they consume it. I just don't know if they would actually work that way. See, if it were me, I would just slap down some lily pads of fertility and call it a day, but I don't even think we have reliquary in this pack. Which is quite a shame. We actually have reliquary. We do not. Sadness. Okay. Alright, let's go grab F Lantern. We actually do have Torchmaster in this pack. So if we want to do that, we actually could. It's a very fantastic light source. Yeah. I mean, I don't really know about the looks, and because I don't really care about the looks half the time. But I don't think we have any drawers, right? We don't have any functional storage or storage drawers or anything like that, right? We just have limited barrels. Which, in my opinion, these are decent. I just don't prefer the way they connect to everything. That's the only issue I've ever had with them. So let's see. So, we need to look at that. So, with that being put out there, right, we need to come up with a method of storing that. So that's going to be 16 for the dyes, right? So 16 dyes, 16 saplings. So we're at 32 limited barrels, plus the apples, which is another 16. I'm also thinking like silkworms, 6. We basically need to grab a stack of limited barrels. I'm just going to say that right now. I think there's probably some other stuff we can obtain, loot bags, things of that sort. So we're going to want to have like an overflow chest. How do we even want to do an overflow chest? But I also don't know if that's a player only drop. Yeah, the storage controller on this one, I don't think there is. That's the one thing I like about functional storage, is the fact that I can do that. So let's snag, what do we have like a ton of? Magenta? Oh, this is gonna look ugly. Let's go for it. So we're wanting, we could do like multiple limited barrels, like the 2s and 3s and 4s, but they do lose amount that you can store in them. One reason I don't understand why people use these, in all honesty, unless you have a very small amount of items needing to be stored, I can't ever bring myself to use them that much. Okay, so we're going to turn this whole stack into that. These things are absolutely hideous. I will not deny that. But it's the one that I have the most wood of. I still don't even think that's enough. I think we're still under the amount that we need. Okay. I'm pretty sure we can. If we actually tried. I think it just changes the trim. Okay. I don't think I can. I legitimately don't think I can. I think I'm stuck with this. I can change the trim color. Oh, that makes it purple. Wait, what? Hold on. That makes it, like, light pink. But it doesn't do there. Hold on. What? Okay, so if I put this here and this here, it changes the trim color. But if I change it to this, it changes the color. That hurts my brain. I don't like it. We're just keeping the ugly ones. My brain doesn't need to be hurting right now. Okay, so we're going to probably set storage probably here. But we do need to be mindful. Actually, how are we going to do this? Okay, hold on. So if we do the minecart, we can't put the deployers on the minecart, right? Because we'd have to be able to say, hey, we only want this color here, this one, this one, this one, so on and so forth. Which is also going to be a problem because I don't have any item pipes or anything. We would have to do cyclic item cables. Um, yeah, I don't know why we wouldn't have functional storage in this pack. Functional storage would make this a lot easier. Or like actual pipes. This is gonna be a little bit more pain than I was thinking. Hmm. What do I want to do now? Because if I've got that in mind, because we don't have a decent range, that's been established. Um, I'm thinking here. So theoretically, yeah, and that's kind of what I'm thinking. So with that specifically, that piece that we're talking about, which I actually don't even remember what it's called. Um, like inventory. No, it's this thing right here. I know what it looks like. Yeah, portable storage interface. Um, if I'm not mistaken, this piece here can use a chute that will actually allow for you to drop or pull out items. And if we can do that, now this is going to be a weird thing. If we know where we are planting everything, this is not going to be that difficult. Okay? But we're going to need a lot of smart the portable storage interfaces. Because then I would use one here, one here, one here, one here, so on and so forth. So that would leave us with a total of 6. No. 8, 10. Not 6, 10. Because we'd need 2 for each rail system and 4 for each side, right? And then I'm just building this in my head right now, by the way. This is how I do things, especially when I don't have enough resources to just go and do this. Well, so the thing is we're going to use the smart chute, which can be filtered, and that filter will allow for us to pull out specific items. And then we could have a another portable storage interface here at the end that's like, hey, silkworm sticks junk, basically. That would work. We would just need to make sure we're checking the chest every so often to make sure we didn't miss like a said item. Um, and we're not gonna have like loot bags. I don't think those will drop, but I'm not sure. But if they do, we would have to add them to a filter, which would just kind of be a little bit more tedious. But overall, who cares? But that's the kind of idea that I'm thinking. Because if we just use hoppers or wooden hoppers or something to transmit items, we could theoretically just have like the saplings on the bottom rung, right? Well, I don't. This is the amount of dirt that I'm going to use for now. 16 pieces is we're going to try this. So we're going to put saplings on the bottom, and then we'll just grab a sapling. We'll just go with this, right? Let's just act like we're doing this here for a second. So if I grab a red sapling, I want to just cut down one of these trees and then sickle the leaves. I also have to make sure I'm not putting these barrels too close as well. Come on. Do I have enough light? I should have enough light. Unless these barrels are too close. I don't remember how the red tree grows. Okay, so that's a normal tree, so that shouldn't have been in the way at all. Okay, so we were to cut this down and then take all of its leaves, which the saw should do all by itself. So we actually did get two different things, right? We got an archwood sapling and a red loot bag. That is from Mystical Agriculture, which I do want to get a higher tier. I just haven't really cared enough about it yet. So we'd want saplings here, red apples here, and then red dye here. I don't think the order really matters for these two, because all we're going to do is we're going to need to come up with a way to then transport to a deployer that's at the bottom of this whole structure. And the reason I'm thinking at the bottom is because they should be able to plant through blocks. If I remember correctly, they used to be able to do this. And of course, we're going to have to get a windmill. So this is basically going to be part one, because there's no way that I'm going to be able to do this in the amount of time that I've given myself. Man, this bridging mod. Come on. Work with me. Okay. So if I put a deployer here, I don't even know. I think it does speed it up but I'm not even sure anymore. I don't use Mystical Agriculture that much. Let's see. So if I put a deployer here, the only problem is we're not doing a spinning one, which means that this will require us to give it motion, which means we're going to need to be able to do water wheels or something along those lines. That's going to be one of the pieces to this whole thing. There's a lot of pieces to this moving machine. I'm not going to lie. And, yeah, that is going to be truthful. Okay. So, I mean, let's get started with the bare minimum, right? Let's get these saplings planted. That's what we'll work on this episode, and then maybe next episode we will look at getting everything else. All right. Let's go put some items away real quick. When you're overwhelmed, just take it one step at a time, my friends. And panic because you don't remember where everything actually goes. Mushroom. We actually already have a mushroom one. So we should be good with that. That's not what I meant to do. Okay. So we need to grab a deployer. First things first, deployer. One of the first things I want to get. We do need brass, which may be an issue. Because I think we need to craft this, right? We have the alloy kiln from Immersive Engineering. But this also requires zinc. Which zinc's raw form is that. So, yes, but the way we're going to be doing this is all of the deployers are going to be stationary, while the rail is going to be the only thing moving. If I were doing like a row of each, which I may do in the future, that would be a possibility. But since these are all individual 16 different colored saplings and all of that stuff, that's not possible for this at least. Unless there's another way for that to happen, which I don't think there is. So, yeah, I don't know. I know Create offers a lot of things, but you can't set like a block specific, filter, which would be nice if that was a thing, but okay. So we need some zinc. Okay. 3 pieces. Is that enough? You need 4 per thing. Okay. You get 2 per operation. And this is a very simple thing to make, right? The alloy kiln. Let's see. I think they're called kiln bricks, aren't they? That's just brick and sandstone. Okay. We're kind of just getting pushed further and further back, which I'm not liking, but oh well. We will get over it. So let's grab some sandstone. So let's grab some cobblestone and the hammer that we have. Yes, but then again, I don't have to make anything create wise with that as well. So I'm okay with that. I will take slow over having to get a blaze captured in all that stuff with create. So let's make this easier. Turn this to none. Okay. And then let's grab bricks. So that should be like the first layer. We're going to need to get... Let's actually work on doing this too, I guess, for some clay. We're going to need some water. So that was... Yeah, you technically can. But I think I've seen a lot of people doing it this way. And honestly, I kind of want to do something different. This may be the most effective way to get this stuff. But where's the fun in that? I want to just be doing something ridiculous. I like ridiculous sometimes, you know? Okay, so we've got clay. Let's get charcoal. So that will give us bricks, and then those bricks we'll use to get a fluid hopper. We've got 1 wooden hopper. And then we'll just do... Can we just set this... Well, no matter what, I'd be struggling because I'd have to then go make all 16 seeds and then make a whole bunch more dirt and then not mess with create. Actually, I guess I could still mess with create. Yeah. Sucks to suck. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's awful. I do. I honestly haven't played with it in a minute, so I kind of love making tree farms with create. Even if they're absolutely ridiculous. And overly complicated. And probably a waste of materials. All that aside. I just think it'll be fun. Gotta make things different a little bit. And this will also help us progress a little bit through create. I know we're going to be using it a lot more than I think. Especially because all of the shenanigans that are going to have to be done to get through this pack and get into, like, all of the other achievements. And who knows? I don't even know if I'll complete this pack, in all honesty. I may not. Not sure. So now we just need a wooden barrel. Let's see if we've got a barrel laying around. I think that's a wooden crucible, right? Yep. And this will help us get clay. Because all we need to do now is feed this gravel. And is there an automatic way to do this? To do crushing? I'd assume there is. Millstone. Nothing that looks interesting. Yeah, I don't think I'll get to, like, the end of the pack. But for the most part, we'll get all the dyes and stuff automated and kind of, like, have a decent resource gen. And that's probably where I'll call it. Because that's kind of the fun of these packs, is getting all the resources and figuring out how you're supposed to get there and things of that sort. So that's kind of what my plan is, at least. Oh, it might help if I put water in here. Die creeper farm. Oh yeah, I forgot you can do all of that, right? All the creepers. Huh. Definitely added some interesting ways, that's for sure. Okay. Call it good there. Let's snag up some of these logs to make into charcoal here real quick as well. Might as well. So in total, this is how many bricks? 8? Is it just 8? We may have enough already. I thought it was just this. But the other thing is we need the hammer. The engineer's hammer. Which requires iron. Which iron is light gray. And I don't actually have that much light gray. So let's go grow some light gray. Just real quick. And now we wait. Do 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 do. Okay. And again. Do 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 do. No, I'm just kidding. This is definitely going to be interesting to get all the resources for this, that's for sure. I probably will have to do some stuff off camera, which honestly I haven't really touched too much of doing stuff off camera on this pack, actually. Basically, when I stop the episode, I stop actually doing anything in the world. But I really probably need to do that between this live stream and the next one, because I'm definitely gonna have to get like copper and iron and all of that stuff to even consider doing this. And I know it's probably an absolute waste of time, but hey, I don't really care too much. I think this is going to be an enjoyable thing to even just try. Um, you know, there's tons of ways to do this, right? Doing 16 deployers with several windmills just sounds like a fun one to me for some reason. I say I don't like expert packs, then I do this to myself. I don't know. Just like sometimes, man, I need to remember how it feels to actually feel something. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, that's awful. We got Titan Iron Golems and Titan Furnace Golems. What is a Furnace Golem? What mod is that from? Earth Mobs mod? Man, I don't know whatever mod that is, but that thing adds a lot of different things, doesn't it? Lots and lots, apparently. Never even heard of that mod. That one that was like made for this or something? I highly doubt it. Or was it a mod created for all of the, actually, hold on. Curious. I think, yeah, I looked at this. It's the Minecraft Earth stuff. Yeah. Interesting. I think, yeah, because I think I've looked at that before. I was like, what is this? I've done that exact same thing. I just kind of forget because I've never played with it and never really have heard of it until playing this. Okay. I think that should be good to get us some iron. Let's go with 8 pieces here for now. I don't think there's a way to really ore double here, is there? Oh, we have old school occultism, don't we? I thought 1.20 was updated to the newer version of occultism. Maybe not. We have thermal in here? Man, I forgot about that. That's like a throwback right there, man. I haven't even heard about thermal in a while. 1.20. At least they're updating it slowly but surely. I mean, the amount of changes on the back end is insane. So, you know, can't really fault them. So we just need to do this. Grab that. Smack this. And then we just need now copper and zinc to get brass. Not bronze, brass. Ooh. Create sabers. That sounds fantastic. I want all of them, please. That's the recipe? Ooh. That's pretty cool. We have lightsabers. We can have double lightsabers? That is awesome. I'm in love. Also, I did note, by the way, that this will require us to smash stuff down. So it looks like we can do that with the engineer's hammer, which I don't think that thing has durability, so that is awesome. So we don't need to worry about like a press or anything. But we do need copper, which I would assume is like orange. Orange and green. Couple pieces of green. So this will only give us 2. But that should be enough. So we'll throw in 4 sticks. That should get us 2 pieces of copper, and that should get us at least 1 thing of brass. No, 2 things of brass. Okay, I couldn't remember if it was like 1 to 3 or 1 to 2 ratio, or 1 to 2 to 1 or whatever. You know, like the whatever. It's okay. We don't have to keep talking. just go with it. All right, let's get this smelted up as well. And after that, we should be able to get our first 4 pieces of brass and then get a deployer. Then we'll have to get some sort of way to power this. Oh, we also do need to get this, don't we? Which is redstone and quartz. So I would assume we're looking at... Okay, so that's not terrible. There's 8 pieces. That should get us enough for the deployer. Now we just need quartz, which is white and light gray. And then how do we actually get sandpaper again? I know it's sand and paper, but how do we actually get paper in this pack? That is a thing. Sugarcane. How do we get sugarcane? Okay, so that's lime dye and white. That's what I was looking for. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, but my biggest problem is a lot of the expert packs, like any kind of progression pack, the biggest problem I run into, to me personally, is a lot of them are like, hey, this seems to be more kitchen sink. And then I start playing it, and they're like, hey, here's this random stupid recipe that makes no sense. And that's kind of been what I've been dealing with, and why I've kind of stayed away from those, even like to like expert packs and things of that sort, is because I'm kind of just not 100% sure, because people can't describe their packs worth a darn. Um, you know, I mean, I'm totally okay with trying to do an expert pack that actually tells itself, or like a sky block or anything like FTB Skies, I think is what it was called. Like that one I enjoyed. It wasn't hard. Hey, how you doing, James? I enjoyed that pack, but the problem was, of course, was getting into any other pack. I mean, I don't want to do complicated, right? Because at the end of the day, complicated means that I'm going to be spending a lot of time on episodes, and I don't have a lot of time to do episodes, right? So while I would enjoy doing an expert, I just don't have the time for it. And then also, of course, if I did a more questy pack, I wouldn't mind it. I would even do parts and stuff, but yeah, I don't know. I also haven't really found any packs that I found too enjoyable. Right? That's another thing. I have to find the pack enjoyable. I don't know. I'm picky. That's basically what it comes down to. Let's get... What am I looking for? This chest? Get those out of my inventory. I still don't know my own chest organization here, so don't mind me. See, I remember playing the original Ocean Block, and I think I did a few episodes on the channel, and I think they're still out there. But my biggest issue was it was not enjoyable. Like it just didn't hook me as much as I thought it would have, in all honesty. Which kind of disappointed me. Not gonna lie. So I saw Dyer playing it. I thought it was gonna be interesting. Yeah, but see, the thing is though, with that whole thing, is if the packs just advertised what they were, because if you say, "Hey, play how you want," and then proceed to be like, "Hey, play how you want, but we're going to impose this random change," it's not really play how you want, right? If that makes sense. Like FTB Neotech, that one to me really did not advertise as like a kitchen sink. I knew they were going to put some stuff like a spin on it, but I was not expecting it to be like, here's modern industrialization. Take it like a good boy and go sit in the corner, right? Like I was expecting, hey, here's laser, or here's actually additions, here's modern industrialization, here's like a mod that has not been around in forever. And your first idea was, hey, let's block this progression by throwing it behind modern industrialization. I think that pack fumbled in general, in my opinion, just because of that. Like the nostalgic factor alone got me to play that pack. And then they screwed it up. Also, yes, I just made a really weird I don't even know what I was doing. Don't ask. Okay. I'm questioning what I just said. Oh, goodness gracious. I need to shut up sometimes. Alright, so we need to get light gray. And get the andesite piece. Because I'm honestly fine with like playing Direwolf 20s packs because he doesn't change recipes unless it's like a config or a compatibility reason. But then you've just got other mod packs that just no reason. Not like a conceivable reason that would stand out to everybody. Because like changing the infinite water recipe and changing the sink to not have infinite water. Like, would it be hard to set up a pump? No. Would it be hard to stop including cooking for blockheads in a mod pack just so you don't have to have a sink in it? No. Like, there's solutions other than adding a mod that's well known for like X, Y, and Z. Because honestly, I don't think I know a lot of people who use cooking for blockheads in modded packs like that, unless it's like decorative. Because once you're in AE2 and all of that stuff, or a more sophisticated storage system, unless you're using it for decoration, which then go use like a furniture mod, which has more options, right? Yeah, I don't know. I genuinely don't know. But that's just my thoughts on that, though. Like, I don't. If you're going to enforce enough restrictions, you may as well just pull out some of the mods that you added to make it a kitchen sink pack. Maybe I'm just cynical, though. Who knows? Yeah. I mean, that's my thing, though, is that's such a warped sense of modern industrialization, too, though. Right? That's the one problem I also had is I was new to modern industrialization because I never touched it on all of Fabric 6 or all of Fabric 7 or any of those packs. So that was kind of like, hey, here's this modern industrialization, but it's not vanilla. So if you play it vanilla, you're probably going to be thrown off. right? Because I mean, I didn't mind having to touch modern industrialization, but it's just also trying to record episodes that just did not work together either. That's the good thing about this is I'm not really worrying about recording episodes, right? I genuinely just playing the game, talking to you guys, and progressing. Right? There's no, hey, let me be back in 2 hours kind of thing. Hey, let me go craft up 16 machines. Yeah, I remember when that mod came out. I think I saw a post about it on Reddit, and I looked at it. I mean, it's an interesting mod. It definitely is. I think originally it was only on Fabric. That was one of the things that turned me away from it was because I don't have anything against Fabric. I really don't. But there's not a massive ecosystem, and I think I've talked about that in all of Fabric 6 was basically trying to reinvent the wheel playing that pack because making a mob farm, I think I combined like 3 or 4 different mods. It was like Kibe, or what was it called? I think it was called Kibe. Something. But it was like extra utilities kind of thing where it added cursed earth, cursed dirt, or whatever it was called for that pack. I know every pack changes its name, even though that's what it really is. Or every mod, not pack. And it was so slow it didn't even matter. But then I combined Spectrum and a couple other mods to make a mob farm, which was kind of cool, but also just really annoying. And I sound really negative right now. I'm not. I'm just tired, I think. I'm not trying to be negative. I definitely am being negative. Yeah, I just saw Direwolf in his latest video talking about how or going into modern industrialization. Um, I think the thing is though is he's like so far into the pack that it's kind of to the point where it's going to be easier. And I mean, we just got Creative Flight in Craftoria, so it's kind of one of those things where I've been trying to get into modern industrialization the entire time. See, but that's boring. I like making factories and spending way too much time doing something that is nonsensical. If you watch my videos, you know I don't like to do things efficiently. That's all I'm gonna say. That's just not how my brain works a lot of the times. And then when it's like, hey, I could do it this way, then I just spend another like 4 hours reconfiguring everything. Surprise! You know, like let's just say that I saw that one of my pieces in Craftoria, one of the factory pieces I placed down was off a block. So I spent the next 30 minutes moving it over a single block just so it'd be even. Oh, I'm enjoying Craftoria. I am enjoying Craftoria. And modern industrialization. It's just not the whole shenanigans of changing things for no reason. Like putting the quantum armor behind the mecha suit. What? Maybe. Maybe when I complete modern industrialization. I'll just tear it all down and then make it efficient. But I don't even know what efficiency is in Craftoria. Have you seen the miner system that I made? That's efficient. There you go. That's your efficiency. It's actually more efficient than the quarries. All of the quarries I had, which was like 4. 2 steel, 1 gold, and one other one. What other one did I have? Did I do 3 steel? Might have done 3 steel. I don't even know. But the 4 Eldritch Miners outpaced them a long time ago. Also, occultism, chef's kiss. I mean, honestly, I was enjoying playing with that. Like, taking a step back from modern industrialization and just doing occultism. That was fun. Occultism's grown on me. Originally, I didn't really care for it, but with having the ability to combine the circles and all of that stuff, and the latest update has made it so much better. Then they added the void chalk and the rainbow chalk, except for the fact that you kind of get to the point where you don't need either of those once you're done completing all the rituals. But, I mean, at least I found a use for it. I think it's definitely one of the... you can't even call it a magic mod. It's one of the most mods out there. It's one of the mods that mods the best. That's awful. And then the Ars Occult, that mod, fantastic. Oh, also, I did make a better version of a source farm on Craftoria. So the next episode, which will of course be Monday, I will probably include that. It was kind of just an offshoot of me just doing random things around the base, which I tend to do a lot for some reason. And I was like, you know what, let's record this, because I remembered from Direwolf 20 actually pointing it out. Growth accelerators. The growth accelerators, not called crystal growth accelerators anymore. Those work on crops. And it's fantastic. Forget all that season crap. Growth accelerators. Hey, do we have growth accelerators in this pack? We do. We do. But do we have... We do. We just have to get Fluix. That's an option, ladies and gentlemen. That is an option. Because all you'd have to do is put 4 growth accelerators around a sapling, and it will grow pretty quickly. Yeah, but if I didn't do that, there would not be an episode a day. That is for sure. And I've a lot of those episodes, let's just say there's a lot of in between that I cut out. And that's why some of them are like 5-10 minutes, because there's a lot that I cut out sometimes. I think I did that recently with one of the episodes. Just sometimes you can't make everything interesting. That's one of the other things. Sometimes making Minecraft videos and playing Minecraft isn't always fun. You wish it was. That's why the clickbait videos do so well, right? I don't do clickbait. I just do things. Things and stuff and stuff and things. There's only ever been a handful of times that I've actually completely erased an episode and never published it. There's only a handful. I think actually like 2 or 3 times in total. And those were so boring that I couldn't even get through watching them and editing them. But I also know, though, you gotta think, like, my style compared to, for example, Chosen Architects, which I know he flies through packs like there's no tomorrow, right? I think there would be a lot more content from him if he was actually recording a lot more, because I know that he jumps a lot. Yeah, but the problem with that was so there's a thing where looking at numbers, which I don't do often, but that's one thing I did look at, was the decline of everything. subscribers, all of that, which is weird, right? You would think more or less content equals better quality, more subscribers. That's not really the case a lot of the times. Unless you're a massive YouTuber, then you can do that, right? But I've got like 1,610 subscribers. So but I think what I'm going to start doing though is I have been taking Thursdays off and then doing a stream here, which may be a thing where I do 3 episodes a week and then a live stream. Even if we don't do SkyFactory, I know last time, I mean, what, Tuesday? I went and I streamed Avowed and also had an episode. That was fun. I enjoyed Avowed. I really said some weird things in that episode or that live stream, but that's okay. Um, but yeah, there is a lot of stuff that I think will probably be changing just because if I do more of this where it's interacting with you guys and talking and actually just playing Minecraft, um, hopefully sooner or later I'll probably stop, we'll get to the point where we don't have to do this kind of boring stuff, but eh. All right, what was I doing actually? Okay, yeah, that. I need to grab gray dye. Which I might need to go grab some more of this. Because I think taking like that Thursday off, and then of course I technically have like 3 days off a week, basically. But I think that would save my sanity. Because I've just been missing so much anyway. A lot of the times on Thursdays. Let's see. So that should be golden. That should give us 2 pieces of andesite alloy. And that actually will allow for us to get the brass casing we need, which I think... Isn't this a stripped? Is it stripped or is it not stripped? Because if it's stripped, I can just take, like, these. Okay, it looks like it's stripped logs. Yes, stripped logs. I remembered. And I could go into the reason why I do daily videos, but... Or, attempt to. But, we won't do that, because that'll make things sad. We ain't doing that today. Damn it, I need another andesite alloy. Oh, pardon my French. Oh, he said a bad word. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Anyway, I don't know why I just did that. See, the problem with that, and this is the only thing I can see wrong with that, is doing something like that, coming back a week later, I would probably forget everywhere I was. I'm not opposed to that. This pack definitely was more like, hey, what kind of stuff can I start doing? Right? Like, see what I enjoy, especially live streaming, because I have to have something. Like, this pack is definitely not that enjoyable to watch. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I mean, that definitely is an option to start looking at packs where they're a little bit more tedious, a little bit more like adventurous, things of that sort. Definitely not Greg Tech in any capacity. I will never touch Greg Tech. That is not something I will do. Now, if you wanted to kidnap me and lock me into a room and tell me to play it, then I guess I will. But like, I just definitely wouldn't go towards that. But you do have to admit the chicken system that I made in FTB Neotech was pretty cool. I don't even care if there's quarries. They gave me chickens, I ran with it. I don't know. That was a descent into madness in and of itself. The fact that they've changed that so much compared to the last version I played of it. Yeah. I think the last one I enjoyed was like Ex Nihilo original, you know, sieves and all of that stuff and the auto hammers and all of that were introduced. That to me was like peak Sky Factory. I think that was like 2, Sky Factory 1, Sky Factory 2. Yes, absolutely. I hate that version of chickens. That version of chickens, while it was fun to figure out its quirks and its problems, which was fun to me because I love exploring mods. Like I talked about the occultism stuff where you can only pull out of the top for the miners. Like that to me, finding out specific details on how things work just gets me going, you know? Sometimes I need to pause the recording, right? No, I'm just kidding. um I'm such an idiot sometimes. Anyway, uh like I think that was the coolest part about that and being like, "Hey, I figured this out and that out and things of that sort." And if I had things like modular routers at that time, that would have made things even more compact. I think Mechanical Mastery is actually one that I wanted to do, but I know Direwolf was doing it, and then after I had availability to do something like that, I didn't have time to do it anymore. I would definitely be okay with going back to a pack like that. That I think would be interesting. I know I just won't go back too far in the mod pack repertoire in a sense because there is a lot of packs out there. Oh, I never did this. There's a lot of quality of life that I'm so used to and it's so ingrained in me that it physically hurts me to go back to like 1.7 like I did because I tried to do the Direwolf 20 like 1.7 pack and by golly like if you have not done this in forever, go back to an older version of Minecraft pre like 1.12 and try and play anything on this game and goodness gracious it hurts. Yeah, and I think that one incorporates a lot of mods together, right? That's the one thing I've heard and saw was that it did things like that. We've got our first deployer. Yeah. We're just gonna go place this into the world real quick. Oh yeah, this is a cool thing we can do in Sky Factory. I kind of forgot that our height changes now. Perfect. I think I placed it upside down. Crap. Not perfect. Not perfect. Yeah, like 1.12 is my cutoff point. Because there's enough mods out for 1.12 to improve it. But anything other than that, ugh. It's not bad because that's the kind of stuff that made this game, right? But whoo, doggy, is it rough? You know, just next stream, stop playing Sky Factory 5. Let's go back to Tekkit Classic, right? You know, one thing that always irked me in Tekkit is never being able to play the 1.3.2 version. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there was a release right after that I honestly was the most unstable version of Tekkit, but I wanted to play it so badly and never was able to. And it still irks me so much because I really want to play it. Honestly, I would be okay with playing Tekkit Classic. I would be okay with doing a stream of that. Maybe not like a series, but a stream. Absolutely. I like the old textures, but that's mostly because I played on it back in the day. Like I played Xbox 360, I played the old PC versions, you know. Tekkit. Oh, what are you, man? I don't even know how to describe that. That was like the original kitchen sink. Like that was in definition a kitchen sink pack with equivalent exchange to Buildcraft, Industrial Craft, um, Project Red, like the original Project Red with pressurized tubes. And yeah, I mean, it was, you had to use Buildcraft quarries to get, resources. There's no ifs and or buts about that. Ore doubling was super simple because you just had raw ores. Man, I'm just getting like, I'm salivating over here thinking about that pack right now. Man, it's been a long time. IC2, the original IC2, mind you, that was some good stuff. And it may not even been IC2, that may have been Industrial Craft. Oh, hold on. I've got to know. It was not 1.3.2, by the way. It's 3.1.2. But let's see. It was Industrial Craft 2. And this was also, this pack only had 30 mods. The original Railcraft. The original Computer Craft even. But Tekkit was it, man. Tekkit was like the OG. I'm gonna be honest. That's the one pack that I like. Whenever I think of modded Minecraft, like old classic, before like Agorian Skies or Crash Landing, that is the pack. I will suffer through it. I will download the Tekkit launcher and I will do it. I'm not even afraid. Now, we may have audio issues. That's one thing I will have to mention. We may have audio issues because I don't think Minecraft at that time had proper audio separation. But I'm okay with that. I will figure it out. We've started this train. And then we go back, like I know they tried to do like a Tekkit 2, but it didn't have that same oomph, you know? Agorian Skies, I actually tried to go back and play that, and I think that pack is broken. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah. That's understandable. But back then, man, it was the Wild West of mods. You didn't know if you were getting viruses or not, man. That was the good old days. That was the Wild West. The Minecraft forums. Ray's mod loader. Good stuff. If you want to know more about Minecraft, no, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to plug a YouTube video that I did like months ago. I need more apples. We got any more colorless apples? I think I actually ran out of colorless apples. Okay, let's grab like pink or something. I am thinking of it. We may do like a pause on SkyFactory 5 next week. We may do like a throwback to Tekkit, and then we'll come back and we'll probably do some SkyFactory 5 again. I want to get this done, and then I think I'll be content for a little while, and then we can look at Mechanical Mastery. This gives us like lightweight or something. Do we want to do a windmill or a water mill? A water mill, or is it water wheel? I always do that. Water wheel. If we did a small water wheel, 2 andesite, and then a whole bunch of logs. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I knew Forever Factory existed. I just didn't know who made it. Because I was also thinking of that one. Let me see. Just gonna pull it up here real quick. But also, like, their mod description, like, their mod pack description throws me off. Mostly because it's, like, 7 paragraphs. And, I mean, like, give me some description, not the whole, like, play-by-play. There's a balance, right? Was it... Am I thinking of the right mod? Which one did Direwolf just do? Like, that was it Mechanical Mastery, or was it a different one? I'm glad my thing doesn't actually play desktop audio. It was Mechanical Mastery. Yeah, that's... Man, that... Has it been that long? It's been a year? Who cares about that? No, just kidding. I genuinely understand. But also, like, look at Forever Factory and tell me that's not, like, the most, um, waste of space. No, it's not that bad. I'm just kidding. But let's see. How does he describe his other pack? 2 paragraphs. Mwah. Forever Factory 7. No, just... Something went wrong. Yeah, he did it a year ago. Man, that is... I didn't know he did it that long ago. That is absolutely nuts. Spin me right around. Alright, let's grab water bucket. So if we do... Not that. We do this. And we have the water run off into a hole. We don't have any way to make this more efficient, by the way. So we're just going to send it. So now if I give this a sapling... Haha! Exactly. Create mother... No, I'm just kidding. Calm down. It's not that important. Yeah, that's... He said in the description it talked about an admin shop where you sell and get stuff. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure what that means, but you know, it sounds interesting. I don't know if more people were interested in that one though. But Mechanical Mastery's on the block. I also may want to try like Chosen Architects pack at one of these days. Well, I don't have Soul Sand. So if I had Soul Sand, I would do it a different way. I don't even know how to get Soul Sand in this pack. I could get Soul Sand. But I don't even... I'm not even going to worry about it. Not right now. I'm just excited that that worked. I have to go make 16 deployers. This is an awful idea. Oh, well. Alright, how do we get seeds? I'm just kidding. Just give up. But we've proven that this works. So we'd have to get 16 different deployers. And then figure out how we're going to get this to there. Item cables, I think would work. That wouldn't be a problem. And that would just be cable, 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 then go down, and that would connect. I do want to make dye seeds, but after I complete this. After I complete this. And then I'll probably tear it all down and be like, well, that was a waste of time. Nah, it's not going to be a waste. I think this will genuinely be profitable, especially because we'll get free food. I'll beat you to it, that's for sure. All right. I think for now, though, we're going to wrap this one up. That was the first step, is getting a deployer. The next step is doing that 15 more times. And getting 15 more water wheels. And getting a minecart track. And getting a contraption built on top of that minecart track. And then implementing a method to actually transmit those items from the cart to those. And then from there to there. Okay, that sounds miserable. But I am here for it. See, you say I don't play expert packs. I just made this my own expert pack. That'll be Tekkit next stream. We'll do Tekkit as like a throwback, and then we'll switch over to Mechanical Mastery, and then we may switch off between those two to keep it like fresh. I don't know. This pack, I don't know. We will see. Yeah. I make myself expert packs. I do that a lot. If you guys haven't realized, for some reason, I do things like that. The Eldritch Miners that I just made, and the Eldritch Chalices, the amount of work that went into that was such a stupid thing. I killed so many Withers, so many Ender Dragons, and also the stupid Wardens. But yeah. Deuces, y'all. I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Stay awesome. I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye-bye. I really need help.